Hello, you're tuning on the English news from Quang Radio and Television. I am Hyun Ngan and here's the top news coming our way. Developing human resources for tourism. Mison and its big friends. Morning of December the 3rd in Tamkil City Provincial Agricultural Extension Center and Manos Unidas organization from Spain held a seminar to share experiences from the medicinal plants model transformation project. This is a project funded by Manos Unidas Spain on the pilot plantation of red saffron and Solanum brocambens in Funan district. After 2 years switching to grow red saffron and Solanum brocambens in 2 hectares in Tamlok and Tampai communes Funan districts, the project proved that these 2 medicinal plants are suitable for local climate and soil. They are easy to take care of, with low investment costs, simple harvesting and processing, and higher economic efficiency than the same area of other produce. Therefore, they can be developed into commodity products. However, many commented that the problem is not in the cultivation, carrying, and harvesting, but the markets for the product. In fact, for many years, the price of these medicinal plants was heavily dependent on traders because they don't have the brand value chain and there's no close connection between farmers and enterprises. Accordingly, the workshop proposed the cooperative model to develop material area and connect the consumption channels for these medicinal plants. It is known that in Guangnam, the total planting area of medicinal plants is over 6,500 hectares, including red saffron and Solanum brocambens. Guangnam also has a mechanism to support production and brand building. This is the basis for the development of medicinal plants, creating a stable source of income for people, especially people in midland and mountainous areas. According to statistics, in 2017, nearly 5.35 million visitors came to Guangnam. In the first 9 months of 2018, the total number of visitors to Guangnam reached 5.4 million, up 22.9% over the same period last year. Rising number of visitors causes increasing demand for labor. According to statistics from the Department of Culture, Sports and Tourism, Guangnam tourism industry employs about 15,000 workers, most concentrated in the accommodation with 70%. Travel, transportation, tour guide portion is 10% and other services accounts for 20%. The percentage of laborers working in accommodation establishments that have been trained at primary level or higher is 65%. However, the level of job requirements meeting is only 40 to 60%, depending on each job. Particularly at local tourist sites and monument management boards, the quality of human resources is mostly not adequate. It is expected that in 2020, the provincial tourism industry needs about 20,000 direct workers and 40,000 indirect workers to meet the development requirements when many tourist projects in the south go into operation. "19 years ago, Mison Tower Complex was recognized by UNESCO as a World Cultural Heritage. Since then, Mison has been more and more well known, although the discovery and excavation of some tower groups has been conducted from very long before." The exhibits displayed here are typical representatives of hundreds of artifacts and details which were discovered and unearthed. Local and foreign experts and local craftsmen have completed the restoration of the G Tower, one of the most important Cham towers in Mison World Heritage Area. During those 10 years of excavation and restoration, archaeologist Dr. Patrizia Zolis, head of archaeological expert group from Italy, had spent 3 years living in Mison.
That is concerning G Group.
I had a memorable time here. Through the media, local people know more about our work, and we had been living and working with the real friends, Vietnamese professionals and workers. The excavation and restoration mission was over in 2013, but every year archaeologist Dr. Patricia Zolis still spends 1 or 2 times coming back to watch and observe the relics, and if there's a risk of dangers, she will have necessary intervention and adjustment. Coming back to Mission this time as a combination for a workshop on solutions to restore the remaining tower groups, she is still filled with emotion.
Allora, what we have seen when
Basically, Mission Management Board is doing a very good job, especially the maintenance of sanitation and landscape, as well as the relics supervision.
so we could see inside.
The work of specialists in the excavation and study of the artifacts and details, the restoration and renovation of the tower groups in Mission for tens of years, has not only brought the techniques to preserve the heritage, but also given Mission the true friends, the working spirit, and the behavior to each monument and each archaeological details. Working with experts, especially those like Ms. Patricia, not only made the managers like us change, but each of the residents in Mission and the surrounding area. People like Dr. Patricia Zolis and other experts from UNESCO, Japan, Poland, India, and Italy not only helped many ancient towers in Mission to be restored so that visitors can see, admire, and listen to cultural stories of this land, they are truly close and big friends of Mission. Evening of December the 4th, Hoi An City People's Committee has announced the project Hoi An Pure Humanity after a long preparation. The event attracts crowds of Hoi An inhabitants and visitors. Becoming a World Cultural Heritage recognized by UNESCO 19 years ago, Hoi An has constantly strived to preserve and promote its heritage values, attracting millions of tourists each year by its intangible and tangible cultural characteristics and warm-hearted lifestyle. However, the process of development, urbanization, integration, cultural exchange, and the influence of market mechanism has caused contradictory disadvantages to Hoi An's traditional culture. The project, with the focus on human beings' behavior, consists of 4 main contents: behavior with oneself, mutual behavior with family and relatives, and behavior with society. From now to the end of 2019, the project will be implemented in Minh An and Cam Pho Walls and schools in the ancient town. The results of the first phase will be further studied, supplemented, and adjusted for the whole Hoi An city from 2020 onwards. Evening of November the 30th, in the ancient town of Hoi An, the State Archives Department opened the exhibition The Name and Capital of Vietnam Through the Nguyen Dynasty Woodblock Documentary World Heritage. The exhibition runs until December the 5th, 2018. The exhibition is a reenactment of 4,000 years building and protecting Vietnam nation through 10 times changing the country's name and capital city, with the aim of expressing Vietnamese aspiration, independent wills, national respect, and pride. Especially the State Archives Bureau brings on display 20 Nguyen Dynasty wood blocks and 33 images, materials, and artifacts on the origins and meanings of the country's name and capital through historical periods. This is a significant activity celebrating the 19th anniversary of the recognition as World Heritage of Hoi An Ancient Town and Mission Sanctuary. At the same time, it introduces the values of the documentary World Heritage Nguyen Dynasty wood blocks to visitors and historians. It's the end of today's news. You can rewatch the bulletin on the website qrt.vn. Thank you for your attention and goodbye for now.